What's happening, everybody? Pretty sure this video is long overdue and probably several books way beyond what I wanted to do one of these. And I'm not even sure, I'm pretty sure I've done one years ago, early in my YouTube days. But here we are. I wanted to do an updated bookshelf tour video. So I'm going to go through all the graphic novels, trades, hardcovers, collected editions, all that good stuff that have been sitting on my bookshelf and show you what my bookshelf looks like. At least the one for my comics side, not mine. Because I have bookshelves for my games, which you can see right here, and then one for my movies, which is out in my living room. But we're gonna go through all my comics and graphic novels that are on my bookshelf. So let's take a look, because I have a lot of cool stuff to show you guys. Some cool indie books, a bunch of mainstream stuff, and I may even get into some of the books that I want to add to my shelf at some point. So with no further ado, let's take a look. So here we are, people, and I'm just gonna start at the back. And I know you're probably thinking, why is everything right to left? That's just how I organize everything in my collection: movies, DVDs, comics. Everything works right to left. So I'm going backwards, but I'm not going to show my whole bookshelf file, but I will mention one book in here, The Girl with All the Gifts, which is written by author Mike Carey, who I talked about, who did X-Men Unwritten for Vertigo and a bunch of other comics out there. He's done quite a few novels, and that is just one of his. He also wrote the movie for. So The Girl with All the Gifts, it's a good book. And then you can kind of see other things in there, Gears of War. All right, so let's get on to the graphic novels and stuff. First, the decorations. We got Mighty Mjolnir. It's actually just a plastic prop, Halloween prop that I picked up from Target years ago. I just wanted it just because it was a couple bucks, and figured why not, look cool on my my bookshelf. And over here we got the Ghostbusters. This is just a Ghostbusters Lego set. When I saw that was happening, had to pick it up. So it's Ecto 1 and then all four with their little display. The Ghostbusters symbol, and then just this little cool display here. And they got the Proton packs. That's cool. I had to get that Ghostbusters. So then starting from the back, we got Wizard. This is just, what is this? I got this years ago. Wizard Big Covers book. I haven't touched that in so long. I think that was one I got years ago from Wizard World Chicago, and when I think it was the year I volunteered for a couple years there. And so with volunteering, I don't want to get too much into a tangent, but we got a bunch of books as just bonuses for volunteering there. So that was just one of the books that I picked up. They had a bunch of trades. We got the Forever Maps, which I talked about, Scout Comics, good book. Leaving Megalopolis, Gail Simone, Jim Calafiore, which was was a Kickstarter book. So I had backed that, and I think it ended up getting reprinted through somebody else. I don't remember. There's The Coldest Winter from Oni Press, which is, if you saw the movie Atomic Blonde, that is based off of this series. I think the first one was The Coldest City, and then this one, The Coldest Winter, was the follow-up. We got Magnetic Press right here, Nausea, Mecha, and Lumine. And honestly, as I even go through the rest of these, I have not read everything on this bookshelf. Some of these books I've had on here for years, I just haven't read. And that's just how it works, especially with comics. I have a lot of stuff that I pick it up, and I just haven't read them. Ghostbusters, I did read that. This is the first volume. This is the real Ghostbusters. So it's the first I think this one, 14-ish? No, wait. It either went 28 issues, and this one has the first 14, or it went 14 issues and this has the first 7. But I'm pretty sure it's the first 14 to 28. So it's more IDW. Actually got quite a bit of IDW stuff. Here is G.I. Joe Future Noir. That is kind of like a manga version of G.I. Joe in the future. This one, Dampier and The Thief of Always. Actually there's Blood Trail too. All three of these were from these three right here, not the G.I. Joe one. I got these during right around Thanksgiving, because they had Black Friday, which was, what was it? It was Thanksgiving. For MyComicShop.com had this big Thanksgiving sale, and what was it? It was like mad discounts, and you got books for you got a free book for every $10 you spend or something. But a lot of my picks end up getting sold, picked up by other people already, so they just threw in other books. So those are 3 of them, and I have doubles of that one, the Dampier one, and this Chicano's book right there. We got classic G.I. Joe because G.I. Joe got to. So this is just the reprints of the classic series. This is just the first 3 volumes. I don't know how far they went. They probably did them all by now, but I just have the first 3 volumes there. Chicano's, that's volume 2. Here is 30 Days of Nights, the beginning of the end. I just wanted that one just because the movie had came out, and I was like, all right, let me check out the book. And I actually didn't care for it that much, but whatever. But the next set, Umbrella Academy, fantastic. Love this series, especially Apocalypse Suite, which is one of my favorite books ever. Absolutely love this book. I've read that several times. The Umbrella Academy show, which just wrapped up or just released season 2 on Netflix a couple weeks ago. I flew through that. That was fantastic. Good TV right there. Lady Killer, another fantastic series. Joel Jones, Jamie S. Rich. I want to get the second trade, even though I have both volumes in single issue format, but I want to get the second trade. There is one of her, I think there's like it's a collected edition that had like some ultimate edition. I showed it off in a tour video at a shop, or a shopping video, and it has like a bunch of her art, both volumes collected in it, and some other stuff in there as well. But I think it'll be a pretty cool edition on the bookshelf there. We got Gantz manga, Dark Horse. I picked this up at where BAM is. There used to be, I think it was Borders, and I picked those up when Borders used to email out different discount coupons. I would always snag something up. Like, oh, actually, you know what? Maybe I don't know. Maybe I did do that. So I picked up a bunch. I think I got all of these at the same time. So there must have been a sale when they were going out of business or something. Silence and Code. This was another one of those Black Friday books, free books from mycomicshop.com. Two Guns. Oh man, let's talk about. I gotta get Ghostbusters out of here. Sorry, boys. Come on, go bust a ghost or something. So, Two Guns is. This is the second shot deluxe edition, I guess, but this is the one book of maybe 2 that I will say has a very dishonorable distinction of having a movie that's better than the original material. The Two Guns movie was so much fun. Denzel Washington, Mark Wahlberg, even though Mark Wahlberg is a bit of an asshole and has a problematic history, so fuck him. But that movie was so much fun, and I was like, all right, let me read the book. And I was thinking, oh man, this is not that good. But I think they did do some follow-ups. There's a Three Guns. There might be I don't know if there's like a direct Two Guns, like part 2 or something, but there is a Three Guns and something else. I don't know. And we got Lady Mechanica. This is, which volume is this? Oh, The Lost Boys of West Abbey. And you got some Mega Man stuff from Archie Comics. Mega Man they just released a new series for that. It's for Mega Man. I did not pre-order that though. And we have Rust from Archaea, which is so good. This would be great for a television series, probably I could say movie or television series, probably TV series. So if they ever adapt that, I think that'd be cool. It could be just a nice storytelling, low-key storytelling, and just a cool visual book. But Rust, definitely recommend checking that out there. The first 2 volumes are hardcover. I have the trade for the soft cover for volume 3, and I still need to pick up volume 4. These ones, I meant to go over Magnetic Press, these cool hardcovers from them. I still haven't read 2 of those. Lumine, I still need to read. I think I might read that next. All right, next up, because this is definitely going to be a longer video, and I'm going to talk about every goddamn book on this show, pretty much. So, I don't even know. Try to show off some of the covers for a lot of these, but I don't know. I probably won't get hung up. But first, the decorations on this shelf. We have these ladies here, these badass ladies. These are the Funko Pop Rock Candy, or just the Funko Rock Candy figures. So we got Mystique, or She-Hulk, Mystique, which she was part of my X-Men, my Marvel Collector's Core X-Men set. She came with that. I got Dark Phoenix, which was, oh wait, maybe it was Dark Phoenix that came with that one. But I'm fairly certain I got both of these in different, like, mystery, I don't know, like mystery boxes, like, like, I don't know what you call them, like collected core mystery box type things. So I'm pretty sure both of those came in. We got Captain Marvel, Spider-Gwen, and Lara Croft, the Tomb Raider. So then back here we continue with, we got Archaea in the back. This, oh my god, I'm gonna talk about this gigantic ass book because I hate the dimensions on this thing. This is from 1821 Comics. This is a book that Stan Lee helped work on. It's Romeo and Juliet, the war. It's just this gigantic ass book, and I hate how it fits in here. Because it's, look at this thing, it's stupid. Why, I don't understand why they made this like this. I would rather just had a thicker book, but it was just, it's so big. But imagine just a tale of Romeo and Juliet, but set in the future. So, and then we have the Killer, Archaea. Got the first set is this soft cover? Yeah, it has the first 2 volumes, and then I have the volume 3 and volume 4 hardcover. Hawking, Genesis from Archaea. I got that from their PR dude at the time, Mel Kalo, at their interview. And this is Every Waking Moment from, actually I know both of these guys, Jeff Dyer and Steve Ott. This is their graphic novel. I got Jamal Igle, Molly Danger. This was another Kickstarter book. And Judge Dredd, gotta have some Judge Dredd. Day of Chaos, the 4th faction. I think I got this at C2E2. This was, oh man, yeah, that was way back from C2E2 days, and I was at the 2000 AD booth. I was like, let me get some of this OG Judge Dredd action, and had to pick that up. And next up, we step into Top Cow Universe, because I just put them after Image as they're under that banner, so I just always cataloged them right after Image. So we have the Witchblade compendiums. These are, I don't know if they did a 3rd one, but this is volume 1 and 2, the compendium. So this is the first 100 issues, 50 issues in each. When I jumped onto Witchblade, I was like, all right, let me read some of the early stuff. I want to read up everything. And I just caught up. And I think after 100, I just picked up all the other single issues from where I had jumped onto and just going back to 101 or whatever. But it is, honestly, it is a bit of a rough read. Some of the early stuff is rough reads because that's just early, just think of early Image, early Top Cow stuff, and yeah. And it's also not put together that well, but it also could have just been from reading it, but this is not held together well. You can kind of see how it's all separated there from the book cover. And then we get into, we got City of Heroes. This was one of those books that I got from Wizard World. Sorry, She-Hulk. Just as, oh, Mark Waid did this one. So City of Heroes, the video game, just a tie-in of that. And again, that was one that I got for volunteering at Wizard World Chicago way back. And then we get into Walking Dead. So when I jumped onto Walking Dead, I think I picked up, I don't know, I guess I must have jumped on around either 9 and then picked up the compendium. I'm not even sure. I think I started with the compendium. Oh no, I picked up the trade and then grabbed the compendium. I was like, all right, it's probably cheaper to do that, I think. So I grabbed that, and then I went for the trades from there on. And at one point, I actually did start picking up single issues, I think, but it only lasted for like 4 months. I can't read like this. Like, just for the way Walking Dead was, and I never even bothered to read them. I just picked up, it was just happened to be a specific arc too, so it was all like one through this 4-part story arc, so like it just kind of worked out that way, which was like 93 through 96, I think, and whatever, A Larger World, whatever issues those, so it could have been 92 through 95, but I'm not sure. And I was like, all right, you know what, never mind, I don't even care, I'll just do trades. And then so I kept picking up the trades, and I stopped at 17. I don't even think, honestly, I don't even remember if I even read this, and I'm pretty sure I never read 17. So that's just kind of sitting there, and I just stopped caring about Walking Dead altogether. So there's that. And then moving on, we have a bunch more trades in here. I'm going to slide some of my ladies out of the way. So we have Saga. I was like, all right, everybody's talking about this one, so I picked that up. I didn't care for it that much, I got to be honest. And Random Acts of Violence, which was a Jimmy Palmiotti wrote that. Paper Girls, that was a pretty good read. So if you're into Paper Girls, you should check that out. I have the first issue of that one, but then I just picking up the trade. But that's a pretty good read. I'm thinking about jumping back into that one. And there's Monstrous, Volume 1. It's a good looking book, and I like Marjorie Liu. But I just did not care for that book that much. And then, so let's see. You can show that. And Paper Girls, if you've never seen that. That's Cliff Chang and Brian K. Vaughan. I think Matthew Wilson and Brandon Fletcher should be on that. There's Random Acts of Violence, Justin Gray. And then Monstrous, if you've never seen that cover. And then next up we have Volume 1 of Low. What is it? The Delirium of Hope. This one was, I picked this up just to check it out. But I always like the covers. The covers are always so appealing. So, and I think that one, it went on a hiatus, but then it came back, or it was just still kind of ongoing. It's been so long, so I picked that up, and I read that a while ago. The Last of the Greats, Volume 1, just kind of weird tale. I don't know. It was like this superhero book, and it was weird. I didn't like it at all. I gotta be honest. Killing Girl, another book that I got from Wizard World. Chicago, and then we get into Invincible. These are the Ultimate Collections. Let me see. So yeah, I picked up these hardcovers at Borders when they were being released, and then I had ended up jumping onto the single issues going forward. So I have a bunch of those, and I was reading it. I did fall behind, and I was picking up the single issues, but I wanted to read it all the way through. So I was reading through the hardcovers while trying to pick up all the other issues, the back issues from where I had jumped on. So I never even finished doing that. So I never actually finished reading Invincible, but it was still pretty cool. I Kill Giants, fantastic book. There's another book I've reread a couple times, and I still have not seen that movie either. But oh my god, I'm gonna move all of you out of the way. So there is I Kill Giants, Joe Kelly, J.M. Kim, Niimura. I think that's how you pronounce his name. But that's a dope book. Highly recommend it. I do want to find the movie at some point. It might be on Netflix. I'm not sure. But I don't think it is. But here is Full Color. This is another book that I got. Wizard World. And then we have some Ed Brubaker, Sean Phillips. This is Fatale. I think I was okay. Echoes, Joshua Helf Yakov, and Rossen Ekadel? I don't know. There's Echoes and Die, Fantasy Heartbreaker, Volume 1 of that one. I always like those covers because Stephanie Hans is a fantastic artist, and doesn't kind of get into if you're into D&D, which I've never been. I don't know much about it, so I kind of missed that whole wave. So I was like, all right, kind of get into this fantasy book. I was like, I don't know how much I care about the D&D stuff, but I was like, all right, I'll pick it up. And it was okay. It was a solid read. It was a lot better than what I thought it was. Still a good looking book because, again, Stephanie Hans, fantastic artist, but I'm just not so invested into the D&D stuff, the D&D aspect of it, which is obviously the core of it. And I think that's had a big resurgence in recent years. Or maybe it always has been. I don't know. Maybe I just started paying attention to it more as far as in the wider nerd community. And then there is B Planet, Kelly Sue DeConnick, and Delandra. I forgot the first name. That was okay. I didn't really care too much for that. Chew. That was okay. I just went for the first 3 volumes. I think I got them cheap. That was actually, you know what? I got those for Borders as well, with those discounts, but. Got Wetworks, Mike Carey, Will Sfotasio. I think this was from Wizard World as well. And then Gears of War. This is the Volume 1 hardcover, Crimson Omen right there. Had to get that just because it's Gears. Got that signed by Joshua Ortega, who was the author, and he also worked on the books as well. So that. And then The Wake Part 1. Actually, I forgot all about this. I don't even know. This is from Vertigo. Scott Snyder, Sean Gordon Murphy. I always liked his art, but he is definitely connected to Comicsgate, so I don't really care too much about him anymore. And another fantastic series, even though I don't care for the ending. Y: The Last Man. I got all, what is it, 11 volumes of that, I think? No, 10. So I got all volumes of that one. That was such a good story. Such a good journey following York, who's Y: The Last Man. If you don't know, it's a series about just some kind of, I forgot what it was, like a plague, just something happens where all the men on Earth die except for York, and the only other men that are alive were some astronauts that were just happen to be, you know, off Earth for a period of time. So there was 2 astronauts. So it was 3 astronauts. So it was 2 men and 1 woman. And so when they got back to Earth, they found out that everybody, like all the dudes, are dead. And it was just this whole crazy thing, and just the way society had kind of went around. Again, I liked everything up until the ending. I absolutely hated the ending, and I remember that it really kind of took me out of it for a little bit. I was like, but it was such a good journey, but it just ended poorly. So we got that. So here we are, the last shelf, top shelf, and go through some decorations here. This is actually a metal Mjolnir kind of, I don't even know what you would call this. My guy got me this one year. We got me and a couple of us got each other Christmas presents, and they kind of like, it's metal crafted. So you have to, like, all these tiny pieces, and you had to like bend them, like use, like, I don't know what kind of tools I use to do it, but like little like pliers and shit, and you could bend the metal and like craft Mjolnir in this little rock stand, whatever with it. It was kind of cool. So we have Cap and Red Skull. You kind of see the dust issue I was talking about before. Cap and Red Skull, these mini, I don't know, whatever the hell you call them. But I got those in another Marvel Collector Core box, which was like Deadly Allies or something. Just dealt with a lot of like Nemesis and, I don't know, Arch Nemesis, whatever. They got these little metal, I don't know, little die-cast metal figures. I saw these at Wally World one day. They were like $1. So I just went through a bunch of them, and I just picked up Carnage and Supergirl because it's 2 of my favorites. And I was like, I don't know how far. I wasn't planning on getting too invested in them. I just wanted Carnage and Supergirl. And Supergirl has her New 52 appearance there. And you get into some Lego stuff. We got Ghost Rider. So the Ghost Rider came with, was this all one set? Hobgoblin and Spider-Man there. Not the skateboard. I don't know where the hell the skateboard came from. I don't remember. But the Spider-Man, Hobgoblin, and Ghost Rider all came together. I wanted this set because I just wanted a Hobgoblin minifigure, because that is fantastic. I have a Carnage one, a bunch of my other Lego stuff I just don't have out on display anymore. And then this one, this base set came with Spider-Man, and that was right there. But the Batman minifigure was just, I saw in the little Batman little pack. I have a bunch of those. I think I have a few of those actually. I was going to use them for just giveaway material, and then a little spider web there. But I just have them all in my little giveaway box, and they're just kind of sitting there. So let's go back. We're going through Vertigo. We have Unwritten, which I talked about with Mike Carey. That's a cool book, little fantasy book. I just never got to finish reading it, so I picked up the first 3 volumes of that. And then we have Losers, which was, I think this one was, I can't remember what I thought of this one compared to the movie. I love the movie, but it's been so long since I read the book, so I won't say which one is better, but I'm pretty sure both were quite enjoyable. So got that. And then American Vampire. This is, I have the first 2 volumes hardcovers. Volume 3 I have in tray or soft cover and paperback, whatever. And they're actually just back. So it was the American Vampire. That one ran for a little while, and then they came back with, I think, another series. I think it was a mini series, and then they were gone for a long time, and they just came back. I don't know if it just got solicited or it actually just released, but I'm pretty sure it was they were just listed in the recent solicits that dropped for November-ish. And then you saw this book in my haul, Wonder Woman: The Warriors. We got Watchmen because this was still so fucking hot. They keep mining the shit out of Watchmen for new stuff, even though you should let that shit die. I thought it was overrated anyway. But moving along, Superman, there's Red Sun. Did I watch that movie? No, I think I picked it up I picked the book up when the movie dropped, and I was just curious about the story because it was something. It was one I had always wanted to read, but just never did. So I still want to watch the movie if I haven't yet. Honestly, I can't remember. I feel like I did, but I could be wrong. Here's Superman Godfall. I actually had this signed by Talent Caldwell. I don't know what the hell he's doing now. I haven't seen that guy's name on anything in a while. But this one it was Aspen and DC teaming up. So Michael Turner worked on this, rest in peace. And then like a bunch of the Aspen crew was on this. And that was okay. Just kind of a different kind of Superman story. Then we got some Jim Lee, Brian Azzarello, Scott Williams action, Superman for Tomorrow. Got the first or the 2 volumes of that. There probably was a single edition for that because I have it for Hush, but I just ended up picking it up in 2 volumes. I'm not sure why. And then we have Superman Batman. This is the first 2 volumes of that series. The first one was Public Enemies. And then volume 2, of course, had to get Supergirl. So her re-entrance into the DC world. And I have both of these, so this is like the first 13 issues. And I have all of those in single issues, I think. Or I know I have the Supergirl arc. I don't think I have Public Enemies, actually. So never mind. I lied. And then we have Green Lantern. This is a Sinestro Corps War. So volume 1, volume 2 of that. So way back when I was expanding my reading and getting some DC stuff, I went hard into Green Lantern stuff. Like I was reading Green Lantern and Green Lantern Corps and picking up recent back issues from where I had jumped on. And then I was like, all right, let me go check out some trades. And I think the Sinestro Corps War had just ended. I'm fairly certain, but I could be wrong. And then I wanted to read some older Flash stuff. So here is Flash, the Rogue War, Jeff Johns, Howard Porter. I don't know who Livesay is though. But this one I picked that up years ago. I was like, all right, let me read some Flash stuff. That was from Borders. And you can see the Detective Comics, Flash, 80 years of books. I still need to get Superman. I did see it at one of the shops I go to, but I'm like, I don't really want to pay. I'm not that invested in paying the full $25 for it. So I don't know. We'll see. We got Death to Superman because I had to get that way back. There's the 100 Greatest Moments Superhero Ones book. And then Black Canary and Zatanna, Bloodspell, which you saw in a BAM shopping video. Picked that up on clearance. So there's Batman Hush, that's the full 12, wait, was it 12 issues? Yeah, I think both of those, Superman one and Batman Hush, for 12 issues, fairly certain. And then there's Kick-Ass, hardcover for that. That was cool. The movie was decent too. And I was actually surprised it kept going with that. Like, I was like, every time I turn around and I see something for Kick-Ass, I'm always shocked. Like, how is this thing still going? Like, they're pulling every drop out of that. It's almost like Watchmen, but just not as culturally impactful. X-Men Proteus, I picked that up. X-Men, this is the Volume 1 Omnibus there with the cover by, Ghost Rider. This is the cover by, oh my gosh, I just pulled that right out of its spot. Cover by Alex Ross. Mutant Massacre, X-Men Mutant Massacre hardcover. John Romita Jr. on the cover there. All right, Ghosty. X-Men God Loves, Man Kills. Definite must-have for any X-Men fan. Just a fantastic story. Chris Claremont, Brent Anderson. X-Men Dark Phoenix Saga, which I have in comic form. I think I have all those issues. And then it's also reprinted in here as well. X-Men and Spider-Man. This was... Spider-Man there was a bunch of like team-up books that Spider-Man was on. It was one for Fantastic Four as well. This was pretty cool. It just kind of went through. I like the covers too because I always kind of covered different eras. But it's been a while since I read that, so I don't remember exactly how. If it kind of went through Spider-Man and the X-Men's history through different eras, I have to like crack it back open. And then X-Men, or Uncanny X-Men Omnibus here, Volume 1. I need Volume 2 of X-Men, and then there was a follow-up volume to this. Actually, no, there wasn't. I'm lying. So never mind. It went from the 2 X-Men ones and then this one. So Spider-Man the Other, which is kind of a weird story. Just Yeah, they just kind of took a weird turn with Spider-Man and the totems and all that Ezekiel stuff. It was just weird. Spider-Man Death of the Stacys hardcover there. Another must-have. Just look at that cover, Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy there. Whew. That one must have gutted readers at the time. Like, I think John Romita, was this the one? Maybe. I was just watching some interview with John Romita Sr. and he was talking about doing him and somebody else doing some stories while Stan Lee was out of the country, and then Stan coming back and seeing what happened and just being furious with them for doing that. So I just thought that was hilarious that they would do that. Like, wait till Stan leaves the country and then just do some crazy shit in the Spider-Man comic. And here is Punisher by Greg Rucka. Why did I want this? I think I was just trying to figure why the hell not. I tried a Punisher book, but I know Marco Cicchetto was on here, Matt Hollingsworth, Fiumara, and then this is X-Men Masterworks. So this is Marvel Masterworks by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. This is the first 10 issues of X-Men. I thought I was just looking at some of the other Marvel Masterworks books, but just the first 10 issues, and then I don't know, I must have got that one first and then had an opportunity to get the omnibus. So I was like, all right. So I got those years ago. That was crazy because I talked about that before. I think there was a deal, something that happened on Amazon where I got a couple books from, and they went like stupid cheap, and people were just grabbing up all kind of stuff. And here is Marvel 1602. So it's just what the Marvel Universe would look like in the early 1600s, which was kind of crazy. The X-Men book was dope. I have some of these other ones. Maybe I have them in, oh no, I'm thinking of X-Men Noir. But I do think there might have been more 1602 stuff. I'm not sure how it all went though. But yeah, it was an interesting take on how like characters would look in this time period, and just the way the Marvel Universe worked in. So that was kind of cool. And there's Life of Captain Marvel, which I showed off. Here's Iron Man, Demon in a Bottle, hardcover. Another similar to Death of the Stacys and X-Men Loves, God Kills. I like the design of them too, with the character logo or character art, and then just the top there. We got gold, red for Spider-Man, blue for X-Men. I just thought that was a cool design touch. But Demon in a Bottle, just another one of those iconic stories, which was kind of loosely used in Iron Man 2. Not so much, but obviously they couldn't do too much with it, and that, but just kind of delves into Iron Man's alcoholism and that iconic image right there. Tony with the jacket over his arm, and he's just kind of staring into a mirror. You can't see it here, but he's staring into a mirror. He's got the bottle there, got his helmet out. Actually, yeah, that is like the mirror image. It just looks weird because it's printed on the back of a book, so that doesn't actually show well. But yeah, you can kind of see, because you can see his hand there and the helmet there. But he is actually staring into a mirror. And then here is Daredevil and Frank Miller. Frank Miller and Klaus Janson, Daredevil Volume 1. This was cool. Good read. I wanted to get the other parts, even though I have a chunk. Well, I have a few of those issues, but this has, let's see. So collecting Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man 27 through 28. Daredevil 158 through 161, and 163 through 172. I don't know what the hell was up with 162 though. Why that one was cut out. I don't know why. But moving along, we have Amazing Spider-Man Ultimate Collection. This is a bunch of JMS's run. So there is that. That's not 500. When did it start? Oh no, so 30 through 45. So it was before the legacy numbering took over. And then, so yeah, 46 through 48, then it went to 500. Kind of see that cover there. So there's that cover there. I have that single issue, I had that signed by Campbell years ago. Then there's volume 3, and it gets into some dark stuff there because that was some not the greatest period for Amazing Spider-Man. And then we wrap it up with this massive omnibus, this wide ass book, Amazing Spider-Man Omnibus Volume 1, Stan Lee, Steve Ditko, and oh my gosh, this is such a huge book. So there, got the cover there, Steve Ditko, and then on the back, just all the covers. So this has 1 through, so Amazing Fantasy 15, Amazing Spider-Man 1 through 38, Annuals 1 and 2, Strange Tales Annual number 2, and Fantastic Four Annual number 1. So this is just a massive book with tons of content. Oh my gosh, look at that thing. It's huge. It's so fucking wide. But that's that. Let me go show you what so there's the one for X-Men, cover gallery there, everything included, which was giant size, and then X-Men 94 through 131 and X-Men Annual 3. So even while it is technically the Uncanny X-Men omnibus, they were still, and even on some of the titles, it actually shows Uncanny on the cover, but it was still actually listed, or actually officially titled X-Men until I think like 140, something like that. And then go through X-Men. So this is just 1 through 31. Get all the X-Men first appearances. You got Magneto and the Brotherhood, Juggernaut, Sentinels over there, Master Mold, a whole bunch of stuff there. So I still want to get Volume 2, which has 32 through 66, which was the end of it before it started, or the sales had dropped, so they went to reprints. So that is, I don't even know how long this video altogether would be because I had to cut. But yeah, so that's my full bookshelf there in this long overdue bookshelf tour. I will give you a flash of everything down there. Just some old textbooks, dictionaries, some card sets, including my Ghostbusters Uno, a bunch of CDs that I picked up in I don't know, probably this last decade. A bunch of other novels and just textbook stuff. Bag of Hot Wheels. So I used to have Hot Wheels on the shelf, but when I restructured my bookshelf like a couple weeks ago, I had to take them down. So I need to figure out a way to display them again, and we'll go from there. And then I have to straighten out everything I moved, just so I could give you a better look at all the books. Oh yeah, one other thing I wanted to do. I wanted to show you all the covers for these magnetic press hardcovers. Get out of the way, Mjolnir. There's Mecha. I think that was the one I read. I don't think it wasn't that good. But Naja and Lumine I want to check out. If you Bengal, you should all recognize his name because dude is a dope artist, and he's done some other mainstream books. You should definitely check out. Fantastic art. So I need to read these at some point. I picked those up years ago. Yeah, a lot of cool stuff. I have, as I said, there's a few books on here I have not read, including two of those. But most of these actually I've read, I'm realizing now. But yeah, cool stuff. That's my bookshelf. I hope you enjoyed it. Mainstream stuff. Tons of indie works. A bunch of books that I got from volunteering at Wizard World. Just some bonus stuff besides the admission. And yeah, just tons of stories here. Different genres, creators, eras. Oh my gosh, tons of cool stuff. But yeah, so that's that. Let me know what you think of this bookshelf. I will save for another video my next most wanted graphic novels, whatever trades, because there are a few books that I have on my want list that I want. So, but this video has been long enough, so I will dedicate a separate video for that stuff. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this overdue bookshelf tour, and yeah, let me know what you think out here. Have I kind of showed you some stuff that you hadn't seen before? Maybe reminded you of books that you read in the past? Let me know. I want to hear it all in the comments below. What should I, maybe some ideas. What should I add for decorations to my shelf? What are some books that I should add to check out that you recommend? Let me know all in the comments below. Hope you enjoyed this. Happy reading, happy hunting, happy collecting. This is GENOTHADRAGON. Thanks for watching, and peace out.